Hi, and welcome to the first episode of my Keto Journey. My name is Elizabeth, and I am owner of Fit to Be Healthy. We are a blog site that gives you stories, information on how to live life naturally and holistically, which includes the mind, the body, and the soul. So, if you wanted to find out more about me, about my background, and also to look at these stories and information, you can go on my website, which is fittobehealthy.net. That is FIT number 2 letter B, healthy with an E at the end, .net. But for this program, for this episode, we are talking about my keto journey. And before I kind of jump into my day one, which was yesterday, and then going forward, I kind of want to give you guys, those that you don't know, what keto actually is. So keto is short for ketogenic, and what that is basically using the fat as your energy. Now, I don't want to get into technical terms, scientific. There are a lot of YouTube and Google videos and information out there kind of going into detail about what keto is, ketogenic, and getting into ketosis. But I'm just giving you a high level. What that entails is changing your diet to be more higher fat, minimal protein, and lower carbs. So what I like to do is my percentage of macros is 70% fat, then 25% protein, and 5% carbohydrates. So of course, very, very low carbs. What this does is that fat actually acts as your energy source. A lot of people think that you need carbohydrates to have energy. That is essentially not true. Carbohydrates actually stores glucose in your body and uses that for energy. Now, glucose can actually store fat as well. So what happens is when you have fat in you, that speeds up the energy source, and you have more, not only an energy, but more focus, more clarity, and you are not hungry that much. So it is just my opinion, probably the best form of diet and lifestyle that is out there, in addition to paleo, which I am also kind of side by side. So with that being said, I just kind of want to tell you a little bit of history about how I started keto. It was about 3 years ago. I did it over a summer and really did not know what this was. I'm just gonna try it. I'm gonna do, something different. I like to change up things to, see what works, what doesn't work. I did it during the summer because I figured, well, it's gonna be easier. Winter and fall is all about carbs, sweet potatoes and pumpkins and just the sort, and getting comfortable in your the holidays. And so I figured summer is the best time. So I kind of did a cyclical keto, which is to do keto during the week, obviously higher fat being in that percentage range, and then on the weekends or Saturday kind of do a refeed to where you're actually refeeding the carbs, having more carbs that day than you would throughout the week, so that this way you could reset, and then kind of go back and doing that. So I did that for about 2 months or so. Saw some progress, but then I went back, and the free feed also wasn't that clean either. So I had pizza, I had all this other junk, and so normally the refeed I would think would be more of a cleaner, adding carbs to, rather than just being junk. So I went back obviously to my paleo, I'm more paleo, and then kind of obviously your one cheat meal. So I actually thought keto was just maybe just doing it here and there if you want to lose weight. So I again started it up this summer, and again started doing the cyclical keto. So there's 3 types. There's the regular keto, your standard keto, there's cyclical, and then there's the where you put the carbs. If you are doing long distance, if you're doing heavy workouts, you kind of supplement your carbs before and after your workout. So you kind of put that in there. So what I started with this month, I'm sorry, this summer, is I started with the cyclical. So I did the keto throughout the week, and then refeed on Friday and Saturday. So it started. I actually got into ketosis and using keto sticks, which is something you should all do when you are monitoring whether you're in ketosis or not. I started getting into more of a small to moderate ketosis, which is good. And then for a month, then I jumped into standard, which is straight keto, high fat, minimal protein, no or low carbs, and I was not cycling, so I did not have a refeed. That actually hiked it up even more. But then again, I wanted to kind of do it cycle back and forth. So now I'm on a cycle. Over my birthday, I had a birthday a week ago, and over my birthday, obviously, I kind of did it in order to reset this keto, and I was not in ketosis for a week. So then I was like, all right, well, let me fully immerse it back into ketosis and keto. And I actually started yesterday in intermittent fasting. What that is going 18 hours from the last time you ate to the next time you eat. And I've done intermittent fasting probably a couple times, and even think that I was doing a mild form, so 12 to 14 hours. Obviously, you do it when last food it was like 6, 8 p.m. and then obviously your fasting is throughout the night, and then you wait a little bit in the morning to eat again. I figured, what, let me see what I can do with my body and see if I can do a little bit longer, the 18-hour intermittent fasting that is prescribed. And again, it's to be high level. It's more about my journey. So if you want to kind of, understand a little bit more about how intermittent fasting works or doesn't work, you can definitely Google. There are so many stories out there. I like to read about, the Bulletproof, because I'm on that. And so, Dave Asprey has a great website that kind of goes through the Bulletproof intermittent fasting and how that's kind of different from just your regular fasting. So day one yesterday. Day one, last meal was Sunday at 6 p.m. And I actually went through the morning. I did have my Bulletproof coffee. I went through the morning, and at 12:45 was my first meal. Now, people are probably saying, well, you know what? Intermittent fasting is nothing. No, calories, no, nothing. So you're just drinking coffee. You can drink that. But a lot of people are like, well, you're putting, coconut oil in there and butter, and that's calories, and that's getting you out of, it's not intermittent fasting, but in terms it actually is, because I am not putting coconut oil. I'm actually putting brain octane oil or MCT oil into my coffee, and that does not hinder your fasting. It actually kind of gives you a little bit more energy, which will in turn give you a little lasting fasting. So I actually did that in the morning. I had a Bulletproof coffee, went grocery shopping. Yes, I know you're not supposed to go grocery shopping on an empty stomach, but I did fine. I was not hungry, had a little bit of grumbling in the stomach, but I was not fatigued. So what did I do next? I come home. Actually, I did a little bit of work, and then I came home, and I had another Bulletproof coffee because I needed it for energy, because I actually worked out. So I did, when you are on keto and do a fasting, normally you're supposed to do short, high intensity bursts of working out, of exercise. This is because, obviously you're not ingesting enough calories to burn. So it's in form of, kind of like a Tabata or circuit training, something to kind of speed up your metabolism, speed up your energy. And I actually did it with weights yesterday and felt fine. I actually I was not lethargic. I was actually powerful. I was able to lift the weights and do it energetically, and I was fine. So then my first meal was at 12:45, like I said. So I kind of had a mini breakfast. It was 2 eggs, 1 bacon, like a half ounce cheese, and then avocado. So that was my first at 12:45. Then you kind of have this window from, usually it's supposed to be like a 6 hour window. Mine started 12:45, so really it was supposed to be a 1. And I actually ate 3 square meals up until 6 p.m. So my second meal was a salad with chicken with chicken thighs. I broiled the chicken thighs, so I had a salad. And then my third meal was again eggs. I didn't feel like really cooking. So I had eggs, chopped up grass-fed hot dog, and some mushrooms. So with a little bit of butter and cheese. So again, higher fat, good fats. And I like to stay in that paleo. So I don't, a lot of keto genic, followers and that go on this diet, they, obviously like the sour cream and, just the general cheeses. And I like to stick with the grass-fed, the organic, the natural forms, small ingredients you can spell and pronounce, and low chemicals and preservatives. So I do that, and day one actually was very good. I again did not feel hungry. I did not feel lethargic. I actually was focused. I was energetic. So that's awesome. Now, I'm not doing intermittent fasting every single day. I'm actually doing it 3 times a week. So I'm kind of planning out my workouts around it. So the low, not low intensity, but high intensity, about 20-30 minutes of exercise is going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, which is what's going to be my intermittent fasting. So today I did have breakfast at 9 o'clock, 2 pieces of bacon, 2 eggs, and half of avocado. I am doing a high intensity, but not as much as high intensity, kind of 1 hour workout, stair sprints. So a little bit more, fuel than I need in my body in order to sustain that time. Again, it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday that I do this intermittent fasting, and I will keep you guys informed. But thank you all for listening, and if you have any questions, again, you can either, go to my website, or you can reach out to me at edichristofano@fittobehealthy.net. Thank you, and I'll see you again.